going to. But if he did, Shahid, get this on a Vita.
I don't think it would work on a Vita.
I think it would. It's got touchscreen.
What, the front screen?
Front screen and rear screen both work.
I don't know how big the front screen is.
Decent size.
What were we talking, S4 territory?
Bigger
it's
than
like,
that.
Closing in on 5 inches, isn't it? Or something like that.
It's 5.1, I think.
Yep.
5.1, I can't even remember what my S4 screen size is.
Either way, it's a relatively decent screen size, but you could always hotkey it.
You could hotkey certain things, yes, and I think that would probably be a problem. If it was all touchscreen, fantastic, that would be spot on. You know, something for the iPad or even at the iPad Mini or the Nexus tablets. I don't think it would suit very well to smaller screens. I think it would have to be a reasonable size screen because of everything that's crammed on and the fact that you'd have to...
There's a lot of UI.
Yes, there is. Yeah. I mean, they tried to... No, have you heard of an old game called Uplink?
Yep. I've seen it.
They tried to port that over to touchscreen, and that didn't work in the slightest because of the keyboard and everything else like that. I think they even did one for a mobile version, and that was fucking atrocious. Yeah. I mean, when you're trying to change someone's records, academic records, and you've got half the screen taken up with keyboard, it's not going to work. It really isn't going to work. I mean, I finally got my dual monitors back. And I can't wait to play Uplink again because I can finally split screen it as it should be.
Oh, that's awesome.
They could try blade the menus, assign it via the bumper buttons.
Yeah, but how are you going to type on the keyboard while changing? Because the thing about Uplink is it's pretty anal with the spellings.
No, for FTL.
Are we still on about FTL?
Yes, we are.
Well, okay, come on. What's your solution then to get it on the Vita? How would you plug it to Mr. Shahid?
It's awesome. Get it on there now.
Not good enough. Get out.
That's all you have to say.
How would you solve the controls issue?
Hotkeys and use a bladed menu system using the bumper buttons.
I don't know, and I'm not.
I've given you a solution. There, done.
I generally don't think that's good enough, but send him an email, Rob.
I already have.
Fantastic.
I'm not even joking.
I know you're not. You and him get on quite well, don't you?
We speak, yeah.
We speak, yes. Now
he's a pretty actually amazing guy, I think.
Yes.
I've been talking to him whilst we've been doing the show.
Right. Okay.
He's asking whether he should change his profile picture.
Oh right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll leave you out of the conversation for now then, Rob, because you've obviously got better things to do.
I am multitasking.
You're not a woman. You can't multitask.
Look, I didn't say I was doing it well.
That's very true. No, let's go on about your games, because I like some of these games in here, and I've even got some of them.
Alright, well, I haven't been playing a lot of indie games lately. Sorry, I actually haven't been playing that many games, but these ones in particular have come up a little bit, so... I've been checking out XCOM Enemy Unknown again because the game is great.
It is, isn't it? Now, I've got this as well. I got it for, it must have been about £12. Just out. Now, this was because of various discounts and doing certain sites certain ways. But anyway, how are you finding it?
I just love the game. I think it's great. There's some stuff from the very old original games that I miss, like building out your base in a specific way so that you can have base defense missions and things like that. But all in all, it's awesome. It's so accessible that I've been able to get a lot of my friends into it who I think would never have even looked at the original game. So I'm loving it.
This is one of the nerdiest games going on the original release. It was
Yeah,
pretty
the original
hardcore
release
PC, wasn't it?
Turn-based combat, mate.
Exactly. But what format are you playing it on at the moment? Are you playing PC or are you playing the iOS release?
I'm playing PC, so I actually don't have an iPad, and my iPhone is quite old, so I can't play a lot of
I would not even want to attempt this on an iPhone.
God, no.
No. But it's so much fun. It's a great game. It's so smooth.
What I found on this release, it's got a double spike difficulty curve though.
Oh really?
The way I was playing through it, I found there was an initial hard spike, and then when the psi powers start developing, you get a second spike in difficulty. You
kind of make the game hard for yourself in a lot of ways because if you can sustain a certain level of the game's progression, like you can sustain your income and your defenses, you can kind of keep it going forever as you research everything. But if you go ahead and push the storyline, it advances the power of the enemies based on how far through the story you are. So it's this constant trade-off between whether or not you want to push the storyline forward because it'll decrease panic globally by doing the storyline missions where you go to the alien bases and such, versus you want to keep progression halted so that you can power up and keep getting more satellites online and more income and more research. So a very nicely balanced game, I think.
I need to get on this even more, because I think I got to Paris or wherever it is. It's like the second or third mission.
Yep.
And I ended up getting bounced all over the screen. Thinking, no, I'm going to have to redo this. I mean,
so the rules that I have for playing this game and maximizing your enjoyment. The first one is, if you ever see your native town is under attack, you have to select that mission regardless of whether or not you want the reward that goes with it, because obviously.
Yeah.
I've saved Brisbane so many times.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I've let certain other places that won't be named, that may be the United Kingdom, they can't fall by the wayside.
That's fine.
So that's
we can
first
look after
rule.
ourselves, mate. Don't you worry.
Yep. The second rule I have is that you have to name your characters.
Oh, we run this, yeah.
This is the thing that makes this game awesome to me. Is I'm terrible at the design of this stuff myself, but I love it to death. It's the emergent storytelling, right? Where you're creating your own storylines within the game based on the actions that your characters have. I've named all my characters after my friends, and it just makes it so much more interesting. Yeah, I did. I've got Tim in there. I've got my friend Ramon in there, and they kind of have their real life personas, right? So whenever I talk to them, I match them up against, this is what happened to Ramon in the last mission I was playing in. He jumped over the cover and he soloed 3 aliens by himself. What a hero! Or Tim ran out, but he missed the shot and got killed. So I'm not taking you again, buddy.
He took one for the team.
Yep.
And you do.
It's just it makes for such great, interesting storytelling and gameplay. I think when you create these little squads, you grow really attached to your soldiers as they level up. You probably haven't gotten too much into this if you're only 3 missions in, but there's a lot of
I'm emotionally attached
to
all of my characters. That's why I had to stop, because I couldn't keep them alive.
That's I would get attached to them because the amount of time and effort I've put into them, getting them leveled up. You don't want to have 4 bloody level 10s and then you get noob Mr. Nooberson level 1 coming and just getting bounced all over the place, turning into people pate. You don't want that to happen to him.
Also do all the customization on the armor, so you automatically
team
assign
colours, mate.
Not so much team colours, but you assign certain classes certain color patterns.
I do. It'd be the full-on custom colors. Mine looks like a rainbow at times. It's pretty funny, actually.
Mine's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
No, I've become so attached to my little squads.
But you've got to respect the rookies who step in when one of your team members takes a hit, right? They're just stepping up. They got no skills into the fray. I don't name them until they've survived at least 2 missions.
I'm terrible. When I've ever put a rookie in, I always get this voice of the stereotypical American drill sergeant thinking, "Welcome to the meat grinder," or "You're just going to go in as cookie dough."
I almost thought you were going to say only in death have they got a name. More like,
more
like Fight Club.
No, not quite that bad. It's an awesome game. If anyone's not played it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, one of my favourite games of the last year, actually.
I've got it installed. I need to jump back on this. I really do.
Because this is single player. There's no multiplayer to this, if I remember rightly.
There's competitive multiplayer, no co-op, but you can actually fight against other people, and it's pretty interesting. It uses a resource system management kind of thing, where essentially you deck out your squad, you pick whether or not you're going to be humans or aliens or a mixture of both, and typically I think it's most fun if you go humans versus aliens.
Yeah.
And every alien has a fixed cost associated with them. So you can deck out in all the highest end aliens, but you only have 2,000 points to spend, and it might be 600 points for a single high end guy, so you can only have 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or you can use a lot of more of the cheap guys, so the grey guys are only worth 100 points or something like that, and you can get a whole bunch of them. Meanwhile, on the human side, every piece of equipment you deck out on your human character is at a point value. So you can give one character the alloy cannon or the plasma gun, and that'll take like 600-700 points, or you can deck them out in a whole bunch of characters in weaker equipment. And it works really well, actually, for balancing out and having a fun multiplayer game.
Cool.
I really need to get back into this now. Thank you very much.
Get more time.
That is it. Now, that's what I like FTL, because you can spend 10, 15 minutes at it, and it's all right. It's good. You have to invest a lot of time in it, I think.
FTL is a great game.
Now, on to your next one. No.
Yep.
One of them is my personal favourite. Can you guess which?
I think I can guess. It's Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII is one of the first games that I ever put over 50 hours into. I
think that's true for a lot of us.
I had it must have been the summer holidays, and I was house sitting for my auntie and uncle, and their kids had a PS1 with the brand new Final Fantasy VII. I'm thinking, I'll give it a go. I'll see what it's all about. And I would probably sit there for 8-9 hours ago, slowly getting drunk, playing it, and just, oh God, I can't even remember how old I was. I was still in school, put it that way. And just loving every single minute of it.
It's so much fun. It's an interesting world.
I think they could remake it,
The
and they
scope
can make
and
it a lot
breadth of
better.
it, at the time it was released, it just blew me away.
It blows everyone away. I mean, bloody hell, we could get Steve on from the console show. He loves
It
this
was
game.
on 4 discs.
Of course, it was on 4 discs. I mean, it was like a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
No, DVD bollocks. It's CD-ROM, mate.
Well, actually, I think 7 might have been on 3 discs, though, right? I think the next ones are on 4, but it's enough discs that it doesn't matter.
More than 1. There we go. More than 2.
I've been going back, and I haven't just been playing 7, though. I've been playing 7, 9, and 12 at various times and places, because I've got my friends playing different ones as well, and I'm kind of sneaking in onto their playthroughs a little bit and watching it.
Nice.
And basically, I've gone back through the Final Fantasy games that I really thought were great from the last couple of generations, because I've been so disappointed with the RPGs that have been available this generation, actually. The last 6-7 years, there's been nothing.
Have you played Persona 4, Soul Sacrifice?
I have been playing Persona. I haven't played 4 yet because I'm still working my way through 3 on my Vita.
Yep.
I've got the PSP remake.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty great, but I'm talking about like big console RPGs. I think of those ones as they're more suited to handhelds and quick plays. There's actually a lot of great handheld games on my DS, 3DS, and
Do you
Vita and PSP.
differentiate between JRPG and RPG?
I do, and there's been some good Western RPGs. It's more like the Japanese ones that have been, I feel like they've been really lackluster this generation. There's nothing that you go back and you go Final Fantasy VII on the 360 or the PS3, right? Maybe Ni no Kuni,
Blue Dragon, maybe.
I did play that one. I got frustrated by the combat system.
It never bit with me, and it never quite twigged. It nearly got there, then I lost it.
Yeah, and it was just something about the characters were just a little bit off-putting too for some reason.
Yeah. So are you playing Final Fantasy VII on your Vita then?
I have it on my Vita, but I've actually been playing 9 mostly on the Vita. So 7, I've been kind of going a little bit co-op with my friend who's playing it through for the first time on the PC re-release. And it's awesome to watch him playing it through for the first time and trying to give him bits of advice without spoiling things.
How does 7 play on the Vita? Have you not really tried it too much?
That plays great. All the PS1 games play great. I've got a whole bunch on there.
Because I'm tempted to go and start downloading it now.
It's flawless. It's exactly like the PS1 game.
Oh, I'm so tempted.
Do it. It's like $10 or something. So
I'm on holiday. I'm on holiday next week, so this could be perfect holiday gaming.
Will your missus approve of it though?
Oh, she bollocks.
Fantastic. I noticed you missed 8 out there. Now, is that because of it lending it to your friends or the flying skulls?
I can't stand the draw system in 8. Or the main character as well. I think he's the least interesting main character in RPG ever, maybe.
Dodder's Dishwater.
Yeah. basically.
Fair enough. I can live with that. I never played. I think what was 9 again?